No, but there is a video on Facebook and a picture. Okay, oh, I gotta plug in. Yes, it is. It's all different. Try it today.
Do you know what you want to do today? Since you're here first.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Not phone one.
Decisions are being
I'll
made.
do anything but
You know
phone
what? We're
one.
gonna put Maggie phone one because I was phone one
Friday.
both days all week, or we'll phone one all week last
Hey, I want to say good morning to everybody because we are live. Hi, Katie. Katie's here this morning,
Yep.
and Teresa is here, and Diane is here. We actually have quite an A team today.
Yep.
We do. We got the A team working today for sure.
That'd be us.
So Natalie's watching from Canada. Happy Monday, everyone, and it is a happy Monday because you are watching Memory Bound right now, and we have Teresa. Teresa's finishing up a couple things right now, and Katie and Teresa are discussing who's doing what today. So we're going to be showing the Foundry Wax today from Tim Holtz and Ranger, and Teresa's doing a couple things, and then we're going to get right back over to her. And let's just show last Friday, if you were able to join us, we used Katie's. By the way, Katie, thanks for the great directions.
You're welcome.
We used Katie's directions to make a file folder portfolio album.
And it was awesome.
It's really cute.
It's really cute.
So we made one like this, and it ties. I untied it so I could open it up. So if you missed the video, you can go back. Janet will also be posting this on our blog. You can get the directions if you want them. They're available if you go online and go to shopping and guides and instructions. This is made with that new vintage artistry collector's edition.
It's really.
So it's got purples and yellows and blues and pinks, and I just used a few purples for this one.
The lilac file folder looks really good.
Yes,
with it.
well, and this is a new color. We got the lilac and we have the pink
And white.
and they're all new colors. And this is the one we made on the video Friday with the My Favorite Easter collection from Echo Park. So I did finish up a few things with it after the video. We got a little pocket here.
Yep, how fun.
Just little flips. It's a nice mini book that you could do for a birthday or a special occasion. I've got a little adhesive sticking those pages together. And this is My Favorite Easter from Echo Park, and there's also My Favorite Spring.
And then washi tape.
Yeah, we used washi tape, magnets. Here's washi tape just on a little pull out,
Make a little pull thing.
Little pull tab.
Yep.
So it's just a fun little project, and here's our file folders here. We've got lots of colors. We even have craft if you want to do something shabby. And you know what, Diane? We even have manila. If you want manila, we've got you covered.
And they're all sold in sets of 3 except the black.
Yeah,
right?
the black.
The black is individual.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's got a wider tab on it, so we sell it individually.
And it doesn't, it's only got one.
So it's $1.29. So they're all very reasonable. You get $2.29 for the other colors, and you get 3 file folders for each one. So, and the gray has been very popular. I think Teresa mentioned that.
They're just a really fun base.
They are,
Useful.
and look at this ribbon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Diane,
Been a great seller already.
Teresa and I were talking late in the day about how beautiful some of this would have been with the collector's edition.
Yeah, the pink.
Vintage Artistry Collector's Edition pack. So yeah, there's pink in that pack, there's green, so that would have been really, I'm going to just grab it real quick since Teresa's coming back.
Collection pack.
So it has 16 double-sided really heavy papers and 4 laser cut elements and then 2 sheets of washi tape. So that's what I put on the front of my little album.
This is the washi tape right there. 2 different colors.
And I use kind of this, the lavender with some of this border paper. These are the 4 new papers. But you would have enough to make a pink one, a yellow one. You could make a lot with it.
And then we have those papers individually.
And this is $29.99 for the 16 papers and the 4 sheets of die cuts and the 2 washi tapes.
And it's the only way you can get some of these collections now.
Oh, here, I should flip it to the back
There.
so you can see the
Lots
colors.
of fun die cuts.
So, all right, Teresa, are you ready? Are you ready to rock and roll? All
On
right,
to
thanks,
Teresa.
Diane. Oh, and while Diane's giving Teresa her mic, I want to mention that this new Farmhouse Summer album kit is available. It's from Cartabella. It was designed by Nikki Schur for Cartabella, and we have the kits that come with the instructions, and it's $34.99, and it comes with a full collection pack of that beautiful new Farmhouse Summer paper, and you get the brads, and then you get the directions. And scroll back on Facebook a couple of posts, and you will see a little introductory video. It's an album that's really cute, and you make it from scratch with the enclosed cardstock. There's also cardstock in there. I almost forgot about that. So that is the Farmhouse Summer mini album kit. Beth says she is using the gray file folders, Teresa, for graduation. And that would be perfect for graduation. Or you could use your school colors. Is your light on?
No.
Teresa's getting her mic on. And the velvet ribbon, it's 1/8 inch and it's 25 cents a foot. Katie cut a pile of it for somebody last week. So thank you, whoever that was. And I hope your ribbon has arrived and you enjoy it. Looks like your microphone's on.
I got it on now. I think Diane turned it off when she gave it to me. I don't know. I was
okay.
like, there's no light on. I got it.
We just want to make sure we can hear Teresa, because Teresa, happy Monday to you.
Yeah.
We're excited because we are using the Foundry Wax, which is a brand new product from Tim Holtz and Ranger. And I'm so happy that Teresa has been home playing with it, and we're going to get her version of how to use it. And she's got some great samples made up.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It comes in 2 sets. It comes in, this one has the gilded, and then this is called Mind, and you'll see on my samples what the colors really look like. And then this one is Sterling and Statue. So they're very
And
pretty.
how much are they, Teresa?
Oh yeah, they're $11.99 each.
$11.99 for the 2 bottles, and here's the nice sample Teresa did for us.
So this, I just, it really pops on black paper. Gosh, I used it on black a lot. We're going to demo it on some white, so you can see that too. But that, I just took my finger and swiped it on the paper, and then you use a heat gun to heat it. So it starts out as a liquid, and then it kind of turns into a cream once it hits the air.
Really?
And eventually it dries, and then you can't use it. Once it's dry,
you're done?
Yeah, you're done. But then you heat it with a heat gun, and it turns shiny, and it is so cool.
So it doesn't turn shiny just by drying. You have to heat it up.
You have to heat it, yeah. It's like an embossing powder in that way, only it heats way faster than embossing powder.
Can't wait.
And it is flammable, so you need to work in a ventilated area.
Don't work by your fireplace.
Yeah, it's kind of like the alcohol inks. You know, you want to have air going around. I mean, it's not like an overpowering smell or anything, but you want to have a ventilated area. You need to shake it up. There's a little ball in it. And each color has a different viscosity.
Really? That's a big word,
Yes,
Teresa.
it is a big word.
Way to go.
And apparently, I'm trying to get it to go. I can't. There.
Oh.
And so apparently Sterling is the thickest. So we'll kind of show you each color.
So you're shaking it until you can hear the little ball
until I hear
rattle
the little
around?
ball. Yep. It's a fluid wax, and then it turns into a solid when you heat it. So you have to heat it, or it will rub off of your project.
Okay, so that kind of sets it.
Yep,
and
that
makes it shiny.
Yep. All right, let's look at the samples, and then we'll talk more about the Foundry Wax.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah, let's
just
see
a little
what you
basic
did.
introduction. So this was so much
cute.
fun to make. You know where I got that? I love the 6x8 Simple Stories paper packs, and this is the Vintage Indigo Garden, and it's $7.99, and that's actually one of the 4x4 cut-aparts. I probably can't find the other one now. Because I
Not
cut them
when you're-
apart.
not when you're looking for
What
it.
is it? Is it that one?
Yes, I
Yeah,
think it is.
It's that one. And okay, so we have these
tell
Tim
us about
Holtz
the frame.
frames. And these are so cute too. These are $11.99 and you get 4. I don't know if you can see it, but you get 4 different styles. And I used the smallest one. I could have used a bigger one, but the small one went right over the words.
Oh,
and
so
I
it was
didn't,
perfect
Yeah, and I
size.
didn't have to have all the other sentiments that were on there. And there were several that I could have used. You can see there's a whole bunch of flowers, and I just, had a few flowers in the bottom. But then, so I painted the little frame, and then I just used my finger, and on that one I just got to check and make sure.
Silvery.
Yes, I used the sterling on that. And then the fun thing you can do, if you've had the crayons, then you can put the crayons on top of it. If you don't want it to be quite as shiny, if you want it a little bit grungy.
Is that
sorry,
what you
Kelly.
is that what you did on this one, Teresa?
Yeah, so then I used the crayons, and we did get these in. I used these last
the
week.
neutral
I showed
colors,
you guys. Yeah, and these are $12.99. The white is a really good one. And on that one, I can't remember. I wrote it on the back. I used the hickory smoke, the gray.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, just to dull it down a little bit. And then the other thing in there is these. So you can use it on the. Oh shoot! What are these called? Resin. I can never remember the name of the resin. So Tim has these flowers, and he's had these forever. But he's also made, like at Christmas time, the little deer.
Oh, sure.
The snowman.
Salvage Santa.
Santas,
salvage snowman.
Yes, and so you can use the resin on that. You can use it on paper, on metal, on wood. So it's really cool because you can use it on all those different things.
So Teresa, you painted the flower and then you put the silver
I
on
actually went back to my alcohol pearl ink. The little, what was this one called? Opulent. This new
so
one.
You put alcohol ink on.
This like just gets down into
Right,
it
and
put
it's
it in
thin.
a cup.
Paint's kind of thick, and
Yeah.
I could see it being a problem.
So this is that fun alcohol ink.
So
that
get
I
your
had
alcohol
so much
inks
fun.
for
Yeah.
the resin, and
But
then
that
add
was
the
color I
foundry
used.
wax on top of
Yep,
it.
and then I added the foundry wax on top of the rose, and I just used my finger a little bit, and on the edges I just kind of swiped around, and then I heated it. And I thought that was so cute.
Teresa, check your microphone. Oh, can you
Come
hit
on.
the plus sign and just turn it up a notch? Oh, now they say it's back. Maybe it just got loose. Okay.
Okay.
They say the sound is back, so we're
All
good.
right. I wonder what they missed.
It's back.
So alcohol ink on the rose, and then I did the foundry wax on top of that. And I just took my finger and just like got the edges. And the same with the frame. I painted it, and I used the acrylic, the Sizzix acrylic, and I used this.
That's a pretty color. That's been used in a lot of projects.
Yeah. Lavender dust. And then I just used the foundry, the sterling on that one. I tried to use all the colors so you guys could have a good variety of samples. Now this one I actually showed you guys last week, and this is the statue. So this is the one that comes with the sterling. Statue and sterling are together. And so I just rubbed it on there just to make it look like a
the
rusty
metal band.
pot.
Yeah,
the metal band
looks
on
really
there.
good.
So you guys have seen this one before. I was showing the saltwater taffy on the craft. All right. This is another little coaster. You guys don't need to see my nose. I just put it on a coaster. And this is also
that
from,
is so pretty, Teresa. Oh my gosh.
And this one, so they do these, and I've showed you guys this before, where you can put this in a little 5x7 frame. But this is, I think, right there.
Oh, I
So
thought
again,
it was a cut apart, but you just
it's
took
not
a
a
piece
cut
of the
apart.
page.
I
Okay.
just took a
I'm gonna
middle
step
piece.
back a little bit. There we go.
There.
Oh my gosh,
So
that's
I really like
amazing.
that sentiment. Yep. And then I just did some inking. I used the saltwater taffy on that one. And I did a little stamping there. And then I did the stitches at the bottom. And here I used the, Foundry Gilded. I used the Gilded on that one. So now we're on to the other set.
The gilded is
So
kind
that's
of a
the
gold,
gilded.
which it would make sense. You think of the
Right.
gilded age, you know.
So I did that on, this is one of Tim's metal butterflies. And so I just, again, did that on there. And then I just took my finger again and just kind of ran it along the edge, and then I heated that. Ooh, and I put some ribbon on there. I love that ribbon. I'm 49 in Market.
That is the lace. That is the lacy trim.
Oh, the lacy trim.
And
I
you
call
know
it
what?
ribbon.
Paula used this also. It comes in white and cream.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a product we're just going to keep in stock all the
Yeah.
time because everybody
Oh.
loves it. It's $5.29,
I have,
and you get a meter of each style.
Yeah.
So I think that's produced in Canada. So we're
and
using
I
a little
just
different
sewed,
measurement.
I just sewed a little piece because I wanted some strings on there. I don't know why. Just because.
So you
I
sewed
could.
across the top
I
of it?
just sewed
for your
across the top of the ribbon. I should have sewed it right to the paper, but I already glued
Oh,
it down.
you already glued. Yeah, it might be hard to sew through a coaster.
And yeah, I didn't want to do that. But that's the pretty.
That's really cute.
Gilded.
And those coasters are really fun they're a fun surface. They're
Yeah.
fun to make. They fit a lot of the cut aparts. Teresa cut apart her page, did it a little different, but they come in like a 4x4 and a 4x6, and we have round ones. And they make nice little gifts for people that they can set and put on a little easel. Like Teresa has
And
it
they're
sitting on this
inexpensive.
easel. Yeah, they're very inexpensive.
Yeah.
I think, is that one 50 cents?
I think so. Yeah.
And the square ones are 35 cents.
Oh, okay.
We're having trouble. We're having trouble
I'm just knocking
holding our
everything
stuff.
over. Okay, and this is the last color. This one's the Mind color.
So it's kind of coppery,
It is.
which makes
And
sense
I
if you're going in
also-
a mine.
To me, it's like a really dark rosy gold too. You know, I mean, it's not technically rose gold, but so this is the new Tim Holtz Damask 3D embossing folder, which I just love. It's so elegant, and that's what I'm going to show you guys.
And you've used that a lot.
Yeah. So I did the 3D, and it works really cool on the 3D embossing just to put your foundry wax on there and then just heat it. And then the really cool thing, you guys know that I showed the new papers that he has, the metallic classics. There is a piece, that's what I stamped on. It matched, I thought, pretty
that is
well.
that paper.
And it's a new color that I did not have in my old colors. So I was very
Do they have the
excited.
name of the color on
They
there?
don't have the names, but I think it's this one. But I didn't have that color. You know, I had the silver and the gold
must
and
be
black.
new.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's really pretty. So I thought that
So
worked
what kind
perfectly.
of ink did you use to stamp on that with, Teresa, so it wouldn't smear? Is
I
that
actually
archival?
heat embossed those.
Oh, it's heat embossed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I heat embossed those so it wouldn't smear. But then, you see this? This is a piece of vellum, guys. And I used the foundry wax on that because I just needed a separation or these things would have blended right into my background. So I put a piece of that and I rubbed the foundry wax around the edge, and it heats so fast that it didn't even, like, you know, sometimes when you heat emboss on vellum, it buckles.
It buckles, yeah.
And it did not, because I could just keep the heat really quickly and it melted, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
That's really neat, Teresa.
I also went around the edge with my finger on that one just to give it a nice edge because I put it on black too.
And Dorothy has a really good question about the
Yeah.
coasters. She's asking about what do you do to make them waterproof so they can be used. And there is a coating you can put on if you want to really use them. Most of our coasters are just decorative.
Yeah.
So they're not really being used for coasters. They're just being used for a surface to decorate and then put on a little easel or stand up. You know, you can even stick them kind of in a plant or a display vignette. All right, let me get up close on this part of
So
this.
that was the Mind one.
That's cool that you used that paper that matched, Teresa.
Yeah. I was very excited because I tried to put a gold what I had, and then I'm like, nope, I'm gonna have to buy the new pack. And then I bought the new pack, and I was like, yes, this is perfect. It matches the mind. I like it. I like it.
Becky says it's the rose gold paper.
Yeah, rose gold. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think it came with champagne or something.
Oh, did it? I don't know. There's 6 colors, and I don't remember him having 6 before. Maybe this one's new.
I think they were in pairs.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe they were in pairs.
I didn't have
maybe
it,
not.
but now I have all of them.
I can't believe you didn't have something.
I know I didn't have it, but I do now. I'm excited.
Beth said she took coasters and spelled out Easter to make a banner.
Oh, cute.
And they are a nice surface if you want to make a banner because they can go either direction. So Beth, thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks fun.
This is the last card that I made, and this one has back to the statue that I used on this one. And this, I wanted to do a masculine birthday card. My uncle has a birthday at the end of the month. And so this is a die. I know we have this on order. It's called Gearhead.
It's arriving tomorrow.
Okay. And it has a bunch of little gears. There's 22 dies in there. So you get this corner piece, and then you get a bunch of just different size little gears. And then I, again, just used my finger and rubbed it all around. And then I got out those flash cards. Is that what they're called? Mm-hmm. Yeah, flash cards. The new ones from Tim that I'm just loving.
I love those too.
They're different sizes.
I am hoarding mine right now.
Okay, well, I'm trying to use mine.
You're doing a better job.
I am. And I did the same thing, the same technique that I showed you guys where I used my embossing dauber and then put embossing powder and flicked it. And then I used some crayon. And then I did put a little of the gilding wax around the edge of that. And I thought that was pretty fun.
That's really neat. That's a great way. I love how you stamped it.
Yeah. It got a little
really
blurry.
Cool.
I should have heat embossed it right away.
But it's kind of the look of the card.
Yeah.
Kind of distress-like. So it looks great. It's getting lots of hearts. I think people really like that. And that gear die, we did order it, and it should be arriving tomorrow.
Yeah. Gearhead. You can call if you want.
Yeah, we'd be glad to reserve it for you.
And then the very last thing I did, I know I talked to you guys, maybe it was last week, about going to Goodwill.
Oh, yes, yes.
And how I've used the alcohol ink on glass candlesticks that I've gotten from Goodwill. But this time I wanted to do something with a wood candlestick. And I went to Goodwill, and they didn't have any, but they did have this. It was a metal.
Oh, that's metal?
It's a metal candlestick.
Oh, I didn't know it was metal.
And there were 2 of them, and I was like, ugh, so pretty for $1.99. So this was the before, what it looked like. And then I took the candlestick, and I actually, because it was kind of a weird surface, I didn't think that the paint would stick to it. So I started out with some gesso.
Oh, Teresa, that was really smart.
Yeah,
good
so
idea.
I just put a coat on there. I think we have white, and this is a clear gesso. And then I just took some white paint and I covered it. And it did take me a couple of layers to cover it, but whatever. I mean, there's always.
But you can make it your own. It's a good
There's
DIY.
Always candlesticks there. And so I was looking for something for Eastery to make it Eastery. And so then, again, when I had all my other stuff, the silver and black and whatever that is in the middle covered, then I just took my foundry wax, and I did a lot around the top here. But then I just kind of randomly put it on there, and I don't know, it just kind of made it
look old.
Yeah,
I like
it kind of makes it look old. And then I heated it up, and you do have to be careful when you're heating metal, because
does it get hot?
It gets hot. And I was fine with the candlestick, but then I touched it later, and the candlestick was still warm, and I was like,
heavy.
ooh, yeah.
Teresa, I picked this up, and it is really heavy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you can add your metallic accents to anything.
Yeah, you can. So that was kind of fun, a fun DIY. I can't wait to do the second one.
Are you going to do it the same way and have kind of a pair?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Maybe not. I like odd numbers, so having 2, I don't know.
You might have to go back.
But one's taller.
Put something else with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something on Pinterest where they took a flower pot and put it on top of a candlestick. So maybe I'll do that because it was super cute.
I've seen where people layer stuff, and it is really unique.
Yeah, you don't have to put a candle, and oftentimes I don't put a candle. I just put the candlestick. So
well, Beth calls it shabby chic.
Yeah,
which is a really good. That's a perfect word for that.
Yeah, I like it. So
I think I want to do that at Halloween.
Yes, I have a bunch of them.
And paint them black and add some foundry wax.
But I was on Pinterest and then I saw some candlesticks and I'm like, oh, I can do other holidays besides Halloween.
There are other holidays.
There are, yeah.
Well, and if you're doing white, you could put that in a Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe on your mantle. You could do it for Valentine's Day, Easter, 4th of July. You could do it for a lot of things.
All right. So let's see. What else do I need to tell you about it?
Tell us all about, we're talking about foundry wax,
yeah,
if you're just joining us.
So you can use it, like if you have the glass mat, you can do it on your glass mat, or you can do it on your silicone mat, whatever you have. You can do it on either surface. Let's see.
It's coming tomorrow.
Do you have one so I can
Thank you. To clean it off of your mat,
that's a good thing to know.
You can use a baby wipe, or you can use hand sanitizer, or you can use alcohol. And Tim uses the isopropyl.
Just normal alcohol, medical alcohol.
Right.
Well, I guess other alcohol could be medical. But.
Yeah. So he has these little mini misters. Mm-hmm. And so I got one. I didn't bring any over here, but we have them in the store. And then I put my alcohol in it because I'm going to show you a little bit how you can just add to your foundry wax just to water it up a little bit. And I put an A on the top so that I remember.
Oh, so you remember
it's
alcohol.
not water because it has this little cap to it and it does a fine mist. And so I just wrote a little A on there just to make sure that I don't use it for other things. Let's see.
I have a little one like that I just use. If I'm traveling somewhere, I'll take a little mini mister like that.
Okay, so I think I told you the main points. So I'm just going to show you. I started out with the 3D embossing folder, the damask, and we'll just show you that first.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
And
Teresa.
I'm just going to take the saltwater taffy and give it a little bit of a color.
So Teresa's using the saltwater taffy ink. It's Tim's newest color, and look what she brought today. Some more saltwater taffy.
I did. I had gotten that in Arizona when I was on vacation, and I kept forgetting to bring it. So
I can't wait to try it because you said it's different flavors.
Different flavors. It was an old-fashioned candy store. It's kind of fun.
Those are the best.
Yeah. Okay. So there you can kind of see. I'm just doing it lightly over that just to make it pop. Because it's such a pretty damask.
Are these the two that you used on that?
On this one?
On the gear one?
Yeah.
I use statue.
Statue, okay. All right, thank you.
Uh-huh. So that's that.
Teresa, that looks pretty already.
It's pretty,
Let me show
isn't
it up.
it?
Let me get it up close here. That's the Mask 3D embossing folder from Tim Holtz and Sizzix.
I wonder what the Mind might look like. Let's do Mind because it's kind of a pinky.
It does have a pink tinge
So
to
we'll
it.
see what that does.
So you're shaking
don't
it
know.
up.
So I'm shaking it up so that the
Was that the bottle, Teresa, that just flew? She's shaking it up so well that she just threw it across the table.
Okay.
Beth says, Teresa, if we sold yarn, she'd never have to go to Hobby Lobby. Memory Bound's the only place she shops for paper crafts. So Beth,
Awesome.
Thank you. We appreciate your support.
All
and
right.
Teresa, we have a question for you. Kelly would like to know where you got your taffy in Arizona. Or what town was it?
It was in Gilbert, downtown Gilbert.
Okay, downtown Gilbert. She's got the bag
I have
even.
a bag, but I don't think it was that. I don't think it was there. It was in downtown
Gilbert. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you guys can hear.
You're doing a lot of, yeah, she's shaking it on her microphone.
Yeah, there's a little thing. So I'm just going to, I'll put some out here. So you're just going to put it out. So you see how it goes out liquid.
Yeah.
You want to put your cap on right away, and you want to give it a little twist just to make sure it's tight. Because remember, it dries.
It's going to dry
So you're
out.
going to set it aside.
So put your cap on right away, everybody.
So you can see it's a liquid. And then as I start to move it around with my finger, it gets creamy. And maybe that's hard to see, but I can feel it getting creamy. And then you can just take it, and I'm just very lightly going over my image. I love those little dots.
Yeah, that's who comes up with this stuff? Well, maybe Tim Holtz.
His peeps.
Teresa's, I think it was Janet or someone said if Memory Bound sold groceries, we'd never have to go anywhere else. And Carol would like to know if they had chocolate at the candy store.
Oh yes, they had everything there. All of older candies that.
So it's okay if it dries when you're doing it, if it dries on your paper, but you don't want it to dry like on your mat because it needs to dry. It looks really different from, and I think Tim applied it with a paintbrush also, so you could use a paintbrush.
So you can use a paintbrush. I have one here. You want to use a really fine paintbrush. I just enjoyed using my finger.
A lot went a long way.
It did. So can you see how it's kind of creamy now?
And it's kind of shiny.
It's kind of drying.
It's getting dried out.
So he said you can give it a spray of the alcohol, and it might, extend it a little bit. See how I just kind of re-wet it.
Teresa, was your candy store called Sweeties? Does that ring a bell?
That could be it. People are talking about the candy.
I know. Well, you know how we are. You know what interests us.
See, I like it with my finger better. I don't know. Okay.
Well, maybe with your finger you can skim the tops of the embossed
image. That's what I feel like, that works a little bit better. So I'm just
and you clean your finger off with a little
use
hand sanitizer.
A little hand sanitizer.
Oh, that cleans it off well.
Came off. Now I got it everywhere. Ooh, that's strong. All right. So then you're going to, so it's like embossing powder in that once it's on there, I don't have to heat it right away. If you're making multiple things.
If you're doing more, you can do more.
Especially, if you are doing multiple things, which Tim kind of encourages you to do multiple things. And see, I just sprayed a little alcohol in there.
Especially if you've got your mess out.
Right. And the other thing is, when I was working on it, I was kind of like, okay, what am I going to put this on? Because whatever you squirt out, that's it.
Right.
Once it dries, it's done.
You're done.
So if I squirt some out and I just use a little touch of it, then I wasted all that.
So you just want a little bit.
So you want to use a little bit, and also, if you're going to do a couple things, have them ready and then do them all at once while you have it out on your mat. Right.
Okay. So Wendy asked how you clean your brush. So did you do the same thing with the alcohol?
Yeah, I think you could just spray a little alcohol on it. And then just, Or you could do it on it. You could use a baby wipe. Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you for answering that.
Okay, so here's the other really important thing. I told you want to get your cap on right away. When you heat emboss, move it away.
Oh.
Because if you start heating your bottle, then it's going to harden.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So I really got into the habit. I put my cap on and I moved it over to the other side of my table. Because the very first time I did it...
So you don't want to store it around heat.
Yeah, you don't want to store it around heat. And I think normal heat is going to be fine, but you don't want to store it next to the oven or...
Yes.
I don't know why you would do that, but...
Well, you never know where some people's crafting space is.
But, when you're heat embossing, you don't want it by your heat gun. So you move it over to the other side.
Teresa, I really appreciate all these tips.
Yeah.
And she's got her reverse tweezers.
Your tweezers, and then you're just going to heat it. And, normally we heat our heat gun up quite a bit before we heat emboss, but like I told you, it has a lower melting point, And so you don't need heated as long. I'm still heating my heat gun up. And then I'll try and show you a big spot here. Ooh, there it goes.
Oh my gosh, Teresa, that's so cool.
Isn't it pretty? Am I getting it?
Yeah, no, we saw it very well. Bev made the comment, she said Tim also said don't store it in the sunlight. So you don't want to store it in your window.
Yeah.
That is very neat. That's very metallic-y. That's another new word.
Metallic-y?
Metallic-y. Didn't we have solidy and patternedy, and now we have metallic-y. Wendy says it's like a shiny penny, and that's so true.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at this, this is what Teresa's using right now. This is her other card with the same embossing folder, but done on black instead of white. And
all right. So there you can see the shine, and it's so pretty. And it does look good with the saltwater taffy, doesn't it? I like that combination.
It does. It looks really good. They both have sort of a pink tinge.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you don't get it heated, then it's just going to rub off.
Kind of like embossing.
Kind of like, yes,
embossing
exactly
powder.
like embossing powder. So that's pretty. So the other thing I wanted to show you was metals, that you can do it on metal.
Mary said it looks like an old-fashioned metal ceiling tile, and it does.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, what if you had a scrapbook layout and you just pieced a bunch of these together for your, or any project, and
Cut
you
it
pieced a
apart.
bunch of those together for your
That would be
background?
cool.
It'd be really cool.
Okay, so Tim has a lot of different metals, and they come in the, I don't know, what do you call it?
Adornments. They're his adornments
Right.
that are metal.
But I mean, the color is like,
Oh,
it's kind of like the sterling, but not really. It's sterling-ish.
it's kind of.
See, here's
kind
the
of like
sterling.
silver.
This is the sterling, but it has
It's got that black
undertones.
highlights.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to take
Yeah. What are you doing?
a
with
little
the,
pop dot. You can use whatever glue. This is Tim's idea, and then you can
to hold
stick it on something, because it's really hard to hold with your tweezers while you're holding it. The metal's going to heat up, so
And
you
Teresa,
have to be careful.
We have our answer. Pewter.
Pewter.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
That's exactly the word that Teresa and I were looking
Yes.
for.
So this time I'm going to use the gilded, and that's kind of what I had. That's what I did on that one.
So that started out looking
Yep, just like that.
like that.
So I'm shaking it, and I'm not hearing the ball yet.
So you shake it till you hear the ball.
Yes, you want to shake it until you hear the ball.
Shake that for a minute. I'm
Okay.
going to walk over here, Teresa, because I just wanted to show some of the
metals.
Tim Holtz metal adornments that we have in stock. And maybe you'll get inspired and you'll want to make a project with them with the Foundry Wax. And all of these are going to be found in Ideology.
Yeah.
And we have the new ones too, which they're up in the front of the store. So
Oh, yeah.
we're missing those, but they're the brand new release.
All right, so I got it. My ball is moving around in there, shaking it up. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out. And I'm going to use my finger again, because that's what I like. And I do kind of just tap it over to the side. And so I'm just going to, ooh, I got a lot on there. That's okay. The other thing is you can go back and add more. if you want.
So you could do it in layers?
Yeah, you can add, you could add different colors. You know, use the different colors of wax.
We're having a lot of microphone.
Are
Teresa, well, my microphone was off. I don't know why. I don't know why it turned
add
off, but
some
it's
more.
back on.
I'm just going to add some more here and see.
Oh,
If
see
it-
how it looks when you add more?
Yeah, I'll just do the stem.
Well,
and
it's
leave
really
there.
cool. I think it's really neat.
Yeah, it's super fun to play with. See how it's about done, because it's like a paste, and then it just
So you
turns
don't
into,
want to put a lot out on your
no.
mat. And then speaking of the mat, we have somebody asking, and this is the craft mat, and it's, I believe it's 15 by 18. And gosh, Teresa, is it $10.99?
yeah, something
It's
like
a
that.
standard everyday product here at Memory Bound. It's heat resistant. If you paint on it, you just spray it with water and wipe it off. You can see how easy Teresa's been cleaning it off. It's a good staple.
So you remember I put the lid on and I moved it over to the
She's getting
side.
it out of the way.
And now I'm going to heat again.
And I'm sure Janet can post our a link to the craft mat.
Oh, there it goes. Is it going?
I can't really tell from my angle. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I love, that might be my favorite.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
It looks great.
And now I'm just going to see.
So she added a little bit to the rose. What if you added another color to that, Teresa?
Oh yeah, you
Can we
could.
try that on the fly here?
I'm not noticing much difference there. It's shiny, but I'm going to add the, let's do the pink on the rose. Not the pink. It's called Mind. I call it pink. Ooh.
So we're going to add that to the rose. You know, Teresa, while you're doing that,
And it's hot.
it's hot. While you're doing that, I want to say thank you to the creative cronies that were here this last weekend from Kansas City, the Kansas City area. There were 30 crafty cronies, creative cronies that were here in Ankeny, and they were working at a hotel, and they came to visit us, and I really enjoyed seeing you gals. I hope you come back. I hope you had a great time. Wasn't here Saturday, so I didn't get to say goodbye to a lot of you, but
I saw him on Friday.
we sure enjoyed having you.
Oh,
And I hope you guys enjoyed Memory Bound too. Wouldn't that be fun though, Teresa, to get away for a weekend?
yeah. Okay. Let's see.
All right, so we are mixing our metals now. And I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Is it getting shiny?
Yes, it is.
Ooh, pretty. I like that.
I like the two-tone also.
Very nice. The other thing I was going to tell you that you can do, I keep cleaning my finger because I don't know where it's going to go next. I just want
She doesn't want it to go on her sweater.
Well, I just want it to be, I don't want the colors to get all mixed together. So what you can do then is you can take a crayon. Is that, maybe I'll do it on this one.
So the crayon you used on the frame over here, is that the only place that you used the crayon?
No, I think I used it other places.
Don't really know that you did it.
So it's not something that you have to do. It's just that you can do it.
We like seeing all the options.
the
Teresa?
brown. So one thing you can do with the crayon is you can, use with a stippling brush. Tim will use a stippling brush. I haven't ever tried that, but you can
So you
put
put
a
it
little
right on
brown
the-
right on there, and then just rub it with your finger. So you can see how it's not quite as shiny. and it gets down into the
yeah,
cracks.
it shows the details a little.
Yeah.
Makes the details show a little more.
And just go all over.
So I'm gonna, well, you go all over on that one. If you look close and you compare the two leaves, you can tell the difference. The crayon is on that upper one.
Ooh, I put a lot on that one.
Ooh.
So it doesn't even look shiny at all anymore.
I know, but I like it.
Yeah. So crayons are fun to do too. Uses them a lot on slicker surfaces. And they slide. You can use it on paper too.
And you would have used it on this. Now you
technique.
don't even know that she used it here.
Yeah.
You can see some tiny little pin dots
That's the
of
one.
color.
I
Is
think
that black?
I used the black. I'll show you again. So what I did is I just put it over the spots that
And it just kind of makes it a little
powder
more shabby.
came off of. Yeah. And you can just rub it on there. And then if there's too much, you can just take a wet wipe if you didn't like that was too much, and you can just wipe it off.
We should have
But
a
that's
crayon.
kind of
We should have a crayon day, really.
I'm going to put it back on because
Just putting it back.
I liked it. Ooh, that's a little bit wet because of my thing. But I wanted it a little
So
shabby,
the crayons
I rubbed the black
are
on
water
there.
soluble, like the Distress inks.
Yeah.
So you can wipe it off, or
Yeah.
you can apply
And
it
these
with
are
a wet wipe.
Yeah, you can. And these are the same, it's black soot and hickory smoke, and I don't know what the other one's. Vintage photo, walnut stain, antique linen, and this is picket fence. Picket fence is fun because you can put it on metals like the ones with words, and when it gets down in the crevices, you can read the words a little better. The antique linen would work well with that too. So
There are people that would like a crayon day, Teresa. So
crayon day?
We might have to add that to our list.
Okay.
We're always looking for ideas, and that would be a good one.
The shimmery, what were they called? The ones that had shimmer in them at Christmas
ones,
time.
the Christmas ones.
Yeah.
Pearl.
Pearl, yeah, maybe.
The pearl crayons.
Some of you bought them then, so maybe we need to get them back out again and play with them
A lot
some
of people,
more.
you just don't know what to do with them. So
Yeah.
we will keep
They're
that.
fun to use on metals, and
We'll keep that. We'll stock up on crayons.
Yeah.
And then we can maybe have a crayon day.
yeah, we have a few, but we do have this set, which is really nice, in stock right now.
It's a good basic. And then we've got the color sets too.
Yep.
Well, Teresa, I've learned so much today about the Foundry Wax. So I love it. So if you're thinking about getting the Foundry Wax, here are the 4 colors, and they do come in pairs. The
Yep.
top 2 come together and the bottom 2.
And they're $11.99.
And it looks like they go a long ways.
They do. They do.
And Teresa's
It's kind of like your
Teresa's got all-
container of embossing powder.
And Teresa, you don't have quite as much stuff out as you did last week. Last week this table was
know.
just piled up.
I know.
So it's the Pearl Essence, Lisa said about the crayons.
Pearl Essence.
Pearl Essence.
Yes. Pearl
So
something.
thank you everybody for watching today. Thank you, Teresa, for an awesome demo. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you join us tomorrow. And Maggie will be here tomorrow, and she's doing some things with the 49 and Market book plates. And you're going to love it because
Ooh.
she's using a book cover, a real book cover.
And she took home some of the Foundry Wax too, so I don't know if she
Oh, we
used
might
it
be
or not, but
surprised. We might be surprised. So have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you soon.